Okay, so if you're one of those people who is absolutely brilliant at starting things, the new website, the ebook, that online course, but you really struggle to get them across the finish line, then this is for you. We are about to break down a framework specifically for creative builders, a system that's designed to work with your brain, not against it.
Does this look familiar? That digital graveyard you've got, full of amazing projects that are, 30, 50, maybe even 80% done? It's that super frustrating pattern, right? You start with this huge, incredible burst of energy, and then you just watch it fade away, right before you can actually share your work with the world.
And this is the roller coaster. It captures that painful cycle perfectly. You start out with this incredible vision, you're excited, you dive into that hyper-focus mode, but then it always seems to happen. The momentum fades, burnout hits, and you're left with that nagging little voice of guilt. Oh, I'll get back to it someday. Well, this is the exact cycle we are here to break.
All right, so here's our game plan to get you from starting to actually finishing. First, we're going to install a totally new mindset. Then, we'll dive into the core rules of play, learn how to hack your own brain for motivation, figure out how to sustain your creative flow, and finally, how to cross that finish line.
I want you to let this first point really sink in, because it's the most important one. The problem isn't you. Seriously, you do not lack discipline, you don't lack vision. What you lack is a system that's actually designed for the way your creative brain is wired. So the old way, that single, massive, never-ending to-do list, that is just a recipe for overwhelm. It tries to force you down one single path. But this new way, it's all about what we call project rings. It embraces the fact that you have tons of ideas and allows you to intentionally rotate between them, building momentum instead of just building anxiety.
So here's the core idea. I want you to picture your projects, your ebook, that website, maybe an audiobook, as planets, all orbiting you. You're the sun. And the goal isn't to, conquer one planet at a time. No, the goal is to intentionally rotate between them, giving each one these focused bursts of energy so they all keep moving forward.
Now, for this whole system to work, it does need a little bit of structure. But don't worry, we're not talking about the rigid, soul-crushing kind. These are super simple constraints that are designed to give you more creative freedom, not less. And there are really just two main rules.
Okay, rule number 1, the 30-minute minimum. This is your secret weapon against procrastination. Let's be honest, the biggest hurdle is just getting started, right? Well, pretty much anyone can commit to just 30 minutes. It's super low friction, it gets you in the chair, and you know what? Once you start, you'll often find you just keep going. It's all about building consistency on these small, repeatable wins.
And rule number 2 is, honestly, just as important, the 90-minute maximum. We all know that feeling, right? You hyper-focus for hours and hours, you feel like a genius, and then the next day you feel completely drained and totally useless. This rule protects your energy. It forces you to stop before you're exhausted, which preserves your momentum for tomorrow and prevents that awful burnout crash. And this is why those two rules work so well together. See, this isn't about some heroic 12-hour marathon work session. It's about consistently showing up for these focused bursts. It's kind of like compound interest for your creativity. These short sessions build on each other, and they create this powerful momentum that one single long session just can't compete with.
Okay, so now let's get into the really fun part, the psychology of why this works. A creative, ADHD-friendly system has to work with your brain chemistry, and that means feeding it the one thing it craves most when you're making progress: dopamine.
And here's exactly how you do it. Before you even start that 30-minute timer, you're going to write one simple sentence. We call it your atomic goal. It takes a vague idea like work on the ebook and turns it into a concrete, totally achievable target. And when you complete that goal, boom, your brain gets a satisfying little hit of dopamine, which makes you want to come back and do it all over again.
And to make that reward feel even more real, I want you to forget your to-do list. You need a done list, a momentum log, just like this one. All of a sudden, you've got this growing streak of accomplishments right in front of your eyes. And trust me, that little emoji reward, it's not silly. It makes the progress visual and satisfying, and it creates this powerful proof that you are actually moving forward.
Look, it really all comes down to this. You have to turn discipline into a game. Your brain absolutely thrives on visual progress and rewards. So fill in a chart, use actual physical stickers, plan a real reward for yourself after 10 sessions. This isn't frivolous stuff, it's just smart motivational engineering.
Okay, so you've got the basic rules, you've got the reward system down pat, but how do you keep this going for weeks or even months?
especially when those new, shiny ideas are constantly popping up.
This right here is a total game changer of a perspective. Getting new ideas is not a sign of failure. It's not a lack of focus. It's a feature of your creative brain. It's literally how you explore the world. So the key isn't to suppress these ideas. It's just to have a system for them.
And the system is so simple. We call it the parking lot. When a brilliant new idea strikes, don't ignore it, but don't chase it either. Just open a dedicated note, park the idea there to get it out of your head, and then immediately return to your timed session. The idea is safe, your focus is preserved, and there is zero guilt involved.
This system is also designed to embrace your natural energy cycles. So once a week, you're going to do a quick pulse check. Just ask yourself, which of my projects feels the most alive right now? Lean into that one. And for the projects that feel kind of stale, just identify one tiny 10% step to nudge them forward. This way, you're orchestrating your momentum. You're not forcing it.
Now, this is a really crucial insight. For so many of us, the real battle isn't doing the work, it's starting the work. And the solution is to make starting automatic. You create a simple ritual, the same cup of tea, the same playlist, sitting in the same spot. These become triggers that tell your brain, okay, it's time to focus, and it just bypasses all of that internal resistance.
All right, we've built momentum, we're sustaining it. Now it's time for the final boss, actually finishing. This is where so many projects die, right? They just get lost in that fog of almost done.
You know one of the biggest drains on your finishing energy? Staring at a blank slate over and over again. Every blank page demands this huge amount of activation energy just to begin. So the hack is to eliminate the blank slate. Create modular blocks, create templates, a base layout for your new website, a structure for your articles. Reusing your own systems dramatically lowers the friction to start and keeps your energy focused on creating, not just setting up.
Okay, this might be the single most important step to actually finishing anything. Ambiguity kills dopamine. If you don't know exactly what done looks like, you will just tweak a project forever, and your brain never gets that final satisfying reward of completion. So for every single project, write one clear sentence that defines the finish line. It turns an endless task into a winnable game.
So let's just bring it all together here. The key takeaway from this entire framework is this: stop trying to force discipline on yourself. Instead, build a smart, compassionate system. A system that actually respects your creative energy, that rewards your brain for making progress, and gives you the structure you need to build and, most importantly, sustain momentum.
So that's the framework. But, theory is useless without action. So the only question left is this. Looking back at that graveyard of all your brilliant ideas, which project ring is going to get your first 30 minutes? Pick one, set your timer, and begin.